Hello, everybody, and here we are again at G Bear's Off Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. And yeah, it's just around 6:30. This is a little off, but it's 86.2 degrees still out here. Humidity is low, so that makes it bearable. Although, as we step out, you can see got some upper atmospheric showers going on over there. Not over the top of me though. That's probably a good 10 miles away from me, and almost a little bit of a rainbow showing right there in the clouds. So yeah, there's humidity around, but it's not showing up on my meter over there. All right, we're heading down here to, as you can see, tote number 3 is in place. And when I was building the pedestal, I had a little idea popped into my head, and I said, hey, why put a front on it? Ain't going to help anything. It'll give me a good place to store my little garden cart. And then tomorrow, I'll set up a lock unit that will lock the garden cart into place so unwanted guests can't come by and steal my stuff. All right. So we're going to step inside here real quick. Oh, by the way, the old pedestal that had the 4 containers on it, I decided to put it right there, keep 2 containers on it, store some other containers on the side of it, the yellow buckets and stuff that I use for when I'm trimming and stuff. I take the trimmings out and put them into the compost. So it saved me some block, and it gave me a storage under there, and I got to reuse this unit right there. Now when I fill these up with water, then I'll be able to fill my little watering cans when I want to do just a little bit of spot watering here and there. So that's what these will be for. All right, and then in the other video I told you about threading the hose bib directly into the barrel, and that's what I did here. And I forgot, and so I'm sure somebody's going to ask about it. No, you don't have to put a nut on the inside of these. As long as you put that True Blue on there and screw those in and let them dry, they'll hold. And I have this one on a side angle because this one used to attach inside to my self-watering garden, and I wanted it level coming out, not going downward. All right, so that's that. We're going to step inside real quick here, and I'm going to show you a few things. Oh, the sun just came out, and I got a pretty decent sunburn today because I was working in shorts and tennis shoes today, and it really beat up on my back. Yeah, I got some squash coming out down there, and I trimmed all my tomato plants, took off all the excess that was getting too close to the ground, because that's how you get disease in your tomato plants. And over here, I noticed that on this pepper plant, I've got some pretty good sweet peppers on there. So I'll be pulling a couple of those in a little while here to go in with my dinner of a bacon wrapped filet mignon and baked potato, and of course some peppers. And oh, I got a potato popped up there. I don't know how that happened. It probably something that was left over from the old potted stuff. But down here in my pea plants, I have got a lot of pea pods down in here. So I think I'll take some of those in for dinner tonight. Yeah, these pea pods are loaded with peas. This corn isn't going to produce me anything, I don't think, this year. It's already got its tassels coming out the top, and it's only about a foot tall. So that's going to be all chicken feed. I do have one jalapeno on this plant, and for some reason it's not really happy with only one jalapeno there. I think the soil is too thin here. So I'm going to be adding another row like I did there. I'm going to continue that one around here and deepen this so that I can get better growth in here. I think that's the problem, is that there's not enough good soil at this level to give me what I want. Yep, again, I trimmed all my tomato plants. I've got a lot of green tomatoes on here. Nothing is red yet, but they'll be coming soon. Same thing here. And my grapevines are growing up. This corn over here, I've seen some corn stalks starting to stick out of it. That, I'm not sure if I'm going to get anything really worth eating out of this. The strange weather might have affected this because I've already got my tassels growing out of this, but I don't have silk showing on the tops of the corn yet, and that's how the corn is impregnated. That's how the corn actually grows its kernels, is the silk gets the little droppings off the tassels onto them, and then that causes the corn kernels to form on the cob. And each one of those little pieces of silk is attached to a different kernel in the corn. And when these little tassels, these little pieces right here, fall off and get onto them, that's what causes the process of starting the kernels to grow. So since I don't really see a lot of corn sticking out there, I may end up with some small ears with a lot of missing kernels on there. I'm kind of looking like a redneck. Oh, let's not go there. All right. So that's all said. We're going to move out of here because I got to walk all the way up to the water tank to show you what else I did today. And we're walking into the sunlight. I hope it's not blinding you too much, because it is hitting me right in the face. And I'm going to just kind of mosey on up here because I'm in flip-flops, and I got to be careful I don't step on anything that's going to cause me grief or downtime, because I want to get a lot done. And the weather has been not cooperating, and the clouds, I mean, they keep saying in the mornings, you saw this morning's video, the sky was clear blue, but they keep saying in the afternoon we're going to get thunder showers out here. So look at that. Yep, that one's dropping some rain over there, and it got a part of a rainbow. That's kind of pretty. Let me zoom in on that for you if I can. All right. So we're going to come over here, and what I did here was I got all this siding, used siding, from Andy. He had to tore down an old shed in his backyard, and he brought that up, so I cut it all into the right sizes, and I enclosed my staircase. I also installed my secondary sediment filter, and then I tied that in to the main system. And that's 1-inch pipe going down. And these are what they call shark bite. Excellent, really easy to work with. So I got that all connected there, and I got the water turned back on, and I purged it on the other side. But there's no water in this filter yet, because that's all going to come off of this system, the new barrel system. And I put the siding on here. I got my pipe drilled through. I'm going to be sealing that. And then on the insides of these walls and the door, that's the door panel right there, that'll all be insulated with that same styrofoam insulation I use for my ceilings in the cabin. And you'll have to go back in my old videos when I was building the cabin, showing the styrofoam pieces, the 2-inch thick styrofoam pieces that I was using. I'm going to be putting panels of that on the inside here. And I took some of the old insulation that was off the filter here, and I stuffed it along the side there to give me a seal on that side. And I'll do the same thing on that side. And what this is going to do is that's going to be basically a water wall. And if you don't know what a water well is, When you're gardening, people put water walls by using barrels full of water all along one wall, usually facing north on the north wall, so that the south sun heats them up during the day, and that water will hold temperature all night long. So this big tank is going to end up putting heat into this closed area with insulated walls. So I don't need pipe insulation on any of this anymore. I don't have to insulate this part. This is all going to stay warm, and I don't have to worry about the deep freeze in the wintertime causing me any problems. Okay, so that's what this is all about. And everything else out here will have to be insulated. All this pipe will have to be insulated because that cold will freeze those on a deep freeze and pop the pipes, and then I'll have water all over the place, and I don't want that. Of course, I can shut it off from the main tank right here, so I don't have to worry about that, but hey, let's just insulate it and not worry about it. And then down the line, I'm going to be building a complete enclosure all the way around this unit, coming back to the other side here. That's going to keep all of those water barrels as water walls that will also keep the pipe from freezing. All right, so that's what I got done. Up here you see some, I had some leftover 80-pound roll and some tar paper, and the top step of the staircase here is going to get sealed over with that, and I'm going to wrap it around and come up to this point with it before I put the door on, so that this is completely watertight, and that also helps hold the heat in. So I got some tar paper and some 80-pound roll, and there's plenty to do this with. And then if it gets worn out from me walking on it over the years, I've got some extra bundles of roof shingles from when I was building the cabin. I'll just put an overlay on it. That's how we do it. That's G-Bear's Off-Grid Ways. And now I'm going to close this off, go inside, have a cold one, and get my filet cooking. G-Bear reminding you, give me a thumbs up down there, please. So I notice I get a lot of views and not so many thumbs up. So either you're not liking my videos or you're forgetting. And I'm hoping it's that you're just forgetting. Also, don't forget to subscribe. If you have to log in and get your own account on YouTube, don't worry. You're not going to get spam from that either. The only thing that does is give you the ability to be able to comment and talk to people that have videos going, so that you can add your comments, your questions, things like that. So somewhere over there, there's a pot of gold, and either I'm going to have to go for that, or I'm going to have to go get some golden juice. Well, that's beer, right? All right, G-Bear signing off.